Let's talk about eyelash stylists. You might think it's all about a steady hand and a good eye, right? A very personal, very human craft. But what if the future of that job wasn't entirely human? Today, we're diving into this world because it's going through a quiet, but honestly, a really powerful tech revolution. We're going to break down what that means for the artists, for you, the clients, and for the future of beauty itself.
This right here, this really gets to the heart of it, doesn't it? This is a quote from a stylist in Tokyo, and it just captures the soul of the job perfectly. It's not just a service. For so many of them, it is an art form. It's a way to connect with people and give them that little piece of magic.
But that desire to create something special, well, it doesn't come easy. Like any true craft, it has its challenges. So for this first part, we're going to look at both the soul of the profession and the very real struggle that stylists face, every single day.
I mean, there's so much personal fulfillment in this work. Stylists talk all the time about giving clients this boost of confidence or just making their busy lives a little bit easier. Some are even called a goddess of lashes by their customers. How cool is that? And the numbers back it up. A staggering 80% of lash artists say they're satisfied with their career. It's a job with real, tangible value.
Okay, but that's only one side of the coin. The glamour of the finished look, it often hides the intense pressure and the physical toll that really comes with the territory.
And this pressure, it kind of boils down to what some people in the industry call the triple suffering. First up, you've got endless client issues. Things like having to spend 20 minutes just cleaning dirty lashes before you can even start. Then, there's the physical and mental strain from being hunched over for hours on end. And on top of all that, the competition is fierce. It is a constant fight for customers in a really crowded market.
To really get why this is such a big deal, we need to zoom in on the work itself. So let's pull back the curtain on what a stylist's day actually looks like, because the level of detail and the range of skills they need, it's way more complex than you probably think.
Yeah, this is so much more than just having a steady hand. In one single appointment, they might apply 100 to 140 individual lashes. That takes about 90 minutes of pure focus. But they're also business managers, right? They're handling inventory, accounting, they're sanitation experts, following super strict safety rules, and they have to be marketers, constantly building their brand on Instagram. It's an incredibly demanding, multi-talented role. And this just shows you how serious this profession is. In places like Japan, for example, you can't just wake up one day and decide to be a lash stylist. No way. You have to be a licensed beautician, and that means over 2 years of professional school. This just elevates the whole profession to a really high standard of skill and safety. So with all these challenges, all this pressure, what's the solution? How can stylists get back to focusing on the art and less on the struggle? Well, this is where things get really interesting. Enter the AI co-pilot. I know, it sounds like something out of a sci-fi movie, right? But just imagine for a second, what if a robot could take over the most time-consuming, the most physically draining part of the job, the application itself?
Okay, just look at these numbers. This is where it gets crazy. A human stylist usually takes 1, maybe 2 hours for a full set of lashes. An AI robot, like the one being developed by a company called LUUM, is aiming to get that time down to about 25 minutes. Think about that. That's not just a little improvement, that is a complete game changer for how many clients they can see in a day.
So how does this thing even work? Well, it uses a mix of AI and really advanced computer vision to map out the client's lashes and apply extensions with just incredible precision. And for safety, which is obviously key, it's designed to stop instantly. I mean, instantly, if it detects even a tiny deviation of 0.1 millimeters, so the client is always protected. But AI's role here doesn't just stop with a robot. You have to think of it more like a complete assistant. You could have AI chatbots handling all the booking and scheduling 24/7. Augmented reality apps could let clients virtually try on different lash styles before they commit. And automated bots could send out personalized aftercare tips to make sure the lashes last as long as possible. So when you bring in this level of technology, you're not just making the old job easier. You're actually creating an entirely new lash economy. You're opening up doors to new opportunities and fundamentally changing the business of beauty. And we're talking about a massive economy here. The global market for false eyelashes is estimated to be around $1.5 billion this year. That's billion with a B. That is the world we're playing in, and AI is now set to unlock even more value within this huge market. And this is the real key here. What's happening is a shift beyond just making things a little more efficient. The big takeaway is that AI is enabling brand new business models, things that were pretty much unimaginable before. For example, imagine an AI style planner that's like a matchmaker, connecting you with the absolute perfect stylist for what you want. Or what about an AI lash trainer that uses VR to get new technicians up to speed way faster? We could even see the rise of robotic lash labs, these high-end salons offering super fast robotic-assisted services for people who are always on the go.
Okay, so with all this talk of robots and AI, there's the big elephant in the room, right? What does this mean for the human stylist? Are they all going to be replaced? Well, the answer, maybe surprisingly, is not at all. The future here isn't about replacement, it's about collaboration, a fusion of human artistry and AI precision. This is really the bottom line. AI is going to handle the repetitive, the physically taxing work, and that frees up the human stylist to focus on what they do best, what only a human can do. Their role isn't being eliminated, it's being elevated. It's getting an upgrade. And this quote just nails it. The stylist evolves. They go from being a technician, focused on the manual labor, to being a creative director, a design consultant, and an expert in crafting that perfect client experience. These are the skills that AI can help with, for sure, but can never, ever replicate. So as we look ahead, the real question isn't whether technology will change the beauty industry. It already is. It's about how we partner with it. So the next time you think about getting your lashes done, just consider this. The artist behind that perfect look might just be a powerful human AI team. Pretty wild to think about, isn't it?
How will it turn out? Is my reservation confirmed?